This is part 5 of Yahweh Ben Yahweh, an Ensign for the Nations, by the Honorable Pt.5, Beit Nun Sofit Pt.5, Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
When you become independent, then you learn to do well. You put away your evil doings. You will cease to do evil. When you become independent in Yahweh, you will learn to do well and seek the judgment of Yahweh. Be as white as snow in your mind. Righteous person. Now let us turn to Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 38. Now this particular chapter deals with the future, which is now present, restoration of Israel. Ezekiel chapter 36 deals with the restoration of Israel. You, the blacks of America, your restoration. After I restore you, then I'll bring restoration to the planet Earth through you. Look at the condition the world is in without you being ruler. Sad. Full of war, strife, hunger, famine, destruction, war, sickness. And another part of Ezekiel chapter 36 deals with you getting a new heart and a new spirit. And that's what Feast of Tabernacles is all about. To restore your heart, restore your spirit, renew your heart and your mind, renew your spirit within you. Isn't that precious? This entire chapter deals with you, the blacks of America, being raised from the bottom to the top, which can only occur through the Son of Yahweh. All other leaders have failed you. Just calling to your attention that the only solution is in Yahweh. Instead of being taught to trust in the Creator, you're being taught trust in the system. What is the system? Who is the system? Did you create the system? Do you control the system? Well, how do you work into a system that you don't control? How can you think your way out of a system that you're subject to? Dependent upon it. I've heard preachers tell me all over America, you can't make it without white people. Here's a man said he's of God who doesn't believe he can make it with God. Think about it. I don't care who the preachers are. The preachers of America are designed to keep you dependent upon white people. To never help you become independent of white people. Whatever they lead, they want to lead you back to the safety of white folks, where you may continue being oppressed and distressed. Am I talking against white people? No. No. I am talking against blind leadership. I'm here proclaiming that you can get along without all men on the earth. Yahweh is sufficient. That makes me a unique leader. I'm not a leader anyway, but it makes me unique. Don't call me no black leader, because I'm not. I am Yahweh Ben Yahweh. I am the Son of Yahweh, with all power and authority from Yahweh, able to do all things, independent of all men. I'm here to make you sovereign. I'm here to offer you sovereignty, independence. Praise Yahweh. You need my 2 tapes now, I tell you. Memorial Blowing the Trumpets and Day of Atonement, and you can get this information. You'll be able to rejoice in the security of the knowledge that you can be totally independent of all men in Yahweh through his Son, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You're not going to be independent without me. You can only go so far without me. You'll be ready to commit suicide. You're a candidate for suicide, self-destruction, without Yahweh. I'm here to give you a new heart, a new spirit, a new mind. How many want a new mind? You have to admit, the old mind has caused us distress, problems, struggle, always struggling. Leaders, black leaders always ask you to join the struggle. What a trick. Yeah, I'm tired of struggling. You ever seen a man in water struggling? I believe in swimming, not struggling. You struggle in the water long enough, you probably drown. You need somebody to save you. Anybody in the water struggling need a lifeguard. Somebody to guard their life. You see someone in deep water struggling, you know they're in trouble. Ask you to join the struggle. And then ask me for dues too. Want me to pay for struggling. I'm here drowning, man. What you mean pay you? To drown? Come on. No, I don't believe in struggling. I believe in solutions. And Yahweh is our solution. And you need a new heart, a new mind, a new spirit to get out the struggle and get into the mainstream. Yes, sir. Ezekiel 36:38. As the holy flock, you are the holy flock. Didn't know that. You are the flock of Jerusalem. You are the flock of the city of peace. That's what Jerusalem is. City of peace. You are the flock of the city of peace. Now you know the cities you live in are cities of hell. How many live in cities of hell? Cities of hunger, cities of crime, cities of violence, cities of insecurity, cities of abuse, cities of confusion, cities of wickedness, cities of drunks. Turn from your wicked ways. And you have to love me because I'm a model of perfection. I teach righteousness. I teach goodness. I teach salvation. Turn from wickedness. You know, when you're born again, you can't sin no way. You try it. It's a fact. Boy, when my spirit is operating in you, you go back and just try to get drunk. You can't. It won't work. I mean, really. You know, you've been drunk in your life, you tried it, but boy, if Yahweh is operating in your mind, that, you know, you say, no, I just can't do this. You used to curse all the time. When the Spirit of Yahweh operates in you, it gets more and more difficult to use profanity. Next thing you know, you just quit using it. See, my spirit is not operating in you when you're using nasty words, unclean language. I mean, my spirit in you begins to condemn you for that. And it make you clean your language up. I don't care what kind of drugs you took. When the Spirit of Yahweh begins to operate within your mind, you discover that that's an artificial high. Yeah, oh yeah. See, don't sit around here and look at me like you haven't gotten high on stuff. You've been high. But I saw you when you used to get that. Yeah, baby, you know, everything is cool. I saw you when you did it. The only reason you took drugs is you were looking for me. I'm a natural high. God is a natural high. Yahweh is a supernatural high. And it won't make you steal, it'll make you stop stealing. You won't steal to get this high, you'll stop stealing, enjoy it. The knowledge of Yahweh operating in you, when the Spirit of Yahweh operates in you, you take on a new mind. You be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You cast off the old man and put on a new mind. We know what's in the world. The world can't tempt us. We've made up our mind to just leave the world. So it's my job to teach you who you are so you can stay out of the world. You are the holy flock. You are the flock of Jerusalem. And there are cities that are wasted. We're going to fill those cities with the flocks of Yahweh. And you shall know that I am Yahweh. You have not known, but you shall know. Now, when we dwelled in our own land, when we were home, not in America, when we were in our own land, Israel, we defiled it. How did we defile our own land? By doing our own thing. Doing things our own way. I'll do it. It's my thing. I do what I want to do. You don't tell me what to do with my thing. You just do your thing. I'll do my thing. Y'all remember that? That song's going like that. Just do your thing the way you want to do it. And I can't tell you, and don't you tell me who to sock it to. Nasty country, this old filthy country. Don't tell me how to sock it, and don't tell me who to sock it to. Terrible prices have been paid by you doing your thing, and that's how we ended up in slavery here in America, doing our thing, because nobody could tell us who to sock it to. Yeah, I'm talking from verse 17. Y'all, you think I'm just making this up, don't you? I'm in Ezekiel chapter 17, 36, 17. Mm-hmm. And you have been like the uncleanness of a woman. That's what you've been like. You know what the uncleanness of a removed woman is? Huh? You like all of that. Wasted blood, stank, deteriorated, nasty. That's the way you've been. Joe's nasty self. I'm doing my thing. You can't tell me what to do. I do what I want to. I commit adultery with who I want to. I lay with any man I want to lay with. That reminds me, I've got to show you a film this feast called The Other Israel. Blow your mind. Called The Other Israel. It'll blow you away. You wouldn't believe what's going on. And because of us doing our thing, Yahweh has poured his fury out upon us because we shed blood upon the land. How? Committing abortion. And we had idols, false gods, polluted our land. And for this, in verse 19, Yahweh says, I scattered you among the heathen. It's not that white folks had the power to put us in slavery and bring us here. It's that we didn't have enough sense how not to come here. We were so busy looking for something to sock it to till, we got on the ship willingly. They put you close enough. You were socked into so many down in that bay till you didn't make it over here. Laid in filth. Died in transit. Scattered among the heathen. I'm here to gather you from the heathen. Bring us back together. So we've been dispersed into different countries. Why? According to the way you did things, that's how you were judged. Now how many see clearly why we in America suffering on the bottom? It's our own action. It's our own doings that brought us here. So what's the answer to get out? Turn from your wicked ways. Return to Yahweh and do what Yahweh said. And I'm here to call it to your attention so you have no excuse. And Feast of Tabernacles is to remind us of all of these realities. Now we know why we were scattered. Can you clearly see through these scriptures it's dangerous to do your thing? But we're so hard-headed, aren't we? I mean, we are so determined that nobody, including God, is going to tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. I'll follow Yahweh as long as he don't try to tell me what to do. That's why so many people love Jesus. See, you can't see that sucker, He holds nobody accountable to anything. That's why preachers can get away with all the stuff they get away with. People can't make a living, they become a preacher for Jesus. Yeah, the Lord called me. Jesus called me. They don't say Jesus called me, they say the Lord. The Lord called me to preach for Jesus. I'm going to run for a long time, don't intend to get tired. That's why the preacher said, that's why they take up all the money in his name, in Jesus' name. They know Jesus don't give none. Preachers have a joke among themselves. They say, well, see, I'm going to throw all the money up. And whatever the Lord Jesus wants, he can keep it. All that falls to the ground is mine. They tell that joke themselves. It's amazing that anybody follow preachers with the truth they tell about themselves. I know why you follow them, because all y'all wicked together. See, so you know the preacher's wicked, so you can't tell me what to do as a preacher. You can't tell me don't smoke. You smoke in the basement of the church. Neither is the preacher my subject. Talking about you need a new mind, new heart, and a new spirit. And you find out what happened to our hearts and our minds and our spirit right here in Ezekiel chapter 36. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 44. Verse 24. In verse 23, my people are to be taught the difference between the holy and the profane. And my job is to teach you to be able to discern between the clean and the unclean thought. That's what getting a new mind is all about. See, in America, you only learn wickedness, evil, continually. 24 hours a day before you is evil. Public schools do not teach us in America how to tell the difference, how to judge between good and the profane, between what is holy and reverential. We just don't learn it. So here, somebody has to teach my people. I left it up to everybody but me, and they wouldn't teach you. So I had to come myself to teach you, my people, the difference between holy and profane. Think about it. That means you without something. That means that all of your education has been for nothing in terms of the kingdom of heaven. And because I am here teaching you the difference between that which is holy and profane, then you are now standing in controversy, you standing in judgment. You're standing here today, but it's in the midst of controversy. Sometimes the family don't understand why you say Yahweh, and sometimes your relatives and friends don't understand why you turn from your wicked ways and you're not doing what you used to do. They want to give you a hassle and a problem. Sometimes you have a problem within yourself, trying to fight off the profane. But when you come into the knowledge of that which is holy, that's where the controversy begins, within yourself, right within you, right away. Now, am I ready to live right? Am I ready to change from my wicked ways and live holy? Am I ready to be holy and do right? Oh, you know the difference right away. Your battle was right away. Am I ready? Good gracious, why did I find out about Yahweh so soon? Why did I have to read this literature? God. Now it's got a hold on me. I don't know what to do. Oh, Lord, Yahweh. Do any of you have that battle? Say, oh, Lord, oh, no. Why couldn't I wake up later? Why did I have to be in the first resurrection and the first fruit? Guys, why couldn't I have been the ingathering? Gosh, at least it would have been a lot easier. Now I'm called upon to lead the way in righteousness. What a burden on my shoulder. Everybody around me is doing wrong, and it seems like they're getting away with it too. I mean, it looks like people are getting more rich every day doing wrong, you know? I'm looking at a nigga never went to school driving a Rolls Royce. Can't spell Rolls Royce. Couldn't count the money to buy the Rolls Royce. Just took a suitcase and say, I want a Rolls Royce. And folks counted $200,000 and said, yeah, this might get it. Doing wicked. And we look at people doing wicked. We see a woman on TV naked singing. They call her a star. And so we think that we have to go get naked to become a star. Think the woman's success is, she sings pretty good, but you think her success is her nudity. And yet I know thousands of people that have sung standing still, fully dressed, fully covered with a gown down to the ankle, and have everybody crying. Just good, just sing good. But this world does not promote such goodness. That's why at least they had a few morals when Elvis Presley came along. They had a few morals. They said, well, if you can sing, you just better sing, because you're not finna roll your hips on this TV. You might, if you shake, rattle, and roll, you better shake from the hip up, because that's all that's going to be seen on TV. But today, I mean, it's been a steady downhill. And the enemy has made evil seem good. Isaiah 5:20. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. That's called your mind has been reversed. Your mind has been turned around. Your mind has been messed up by your enemy. You've been turned out the wrong way. Call it turned out. So a lot of y'all got turned out. It turned over too. You got turned out, you got turned over. Messed up. What? I said messed up. That which was bad, you've been made to think it's good. Read.
Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter.
Woe. Back to Ezekiel 44. So there's a little controversy going on now. Within yourself, family, friends, on your job. Controversy. Yet you stand in judgment. But you shall be judged according to the judgments of Yahweh. And when you learn the difference between the holy and the profane, then you will keep my laws and my statutes in all my assemblies, and you shall hallow my Sabbath. And that's what you're doing. That's why we're keeping Feast of Tabernacles. It's because I have taught you the difference, and I continue to teach you the difference between the holy and the profane. You must become consciously aware of the difference, so that you can make the right judgment and choose whom you will serve.